I keep my head on the kingdom like I'm supposed to. This message is transmitted at the request of the United States Office of Civil Defense. The North American Aerospace Defense Command detected 3 ICBMs launched from North Korea. The first missile is expected to reach the Los Angeles, California area within 2 hours. The second missile is expected to reach Chicago, Illinois in 3 hours. The third missile is expected to reach New York City, New York in 3.5 hours. Anyone within a 400-mile radius of these cities is at the risk for significant fallout. Anyone which is most of the United States in this area needs to see that there is fallout shelter. Babylon's falling. Babylon's falling. Babylon's 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 falling. Babylon's falling. Babylon's falling. Babylon's.
Shalom, 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 shalom. Kwam Yasharallah, call Elohim La Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rachah HaKadosh. Double honors to the elders and to the apostles that taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and their freedom to do so, now more so than ever. Say shalom to the Akim and the Akwat out there listening and learning. Lord, willingly, this is edifying. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad. In the land of other nations appearing like the other nations, but subscribing to the truth. To you, I say shalom. Brother, y'all, what's up? Coming at you with another lesson through the spirit and through the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. I was going to do just through the spirit lesson or video. You know, just was on my spirit, on my mind, observations, whatnot, whatever the Lord give me. But then I saw a article and I was like, well, shit, that's the spirit. But you know, I'm gonna just give a quick testimony. I was with my children earlier today and I took them out to the movies. I don't go to the movies very often with my kids. You know, I don't do a lot actually that much with my children. I except to take care of them. You know, like I got a full-time job of doing the work and then dealing with my family, and we don't get to enjoy it. Like it ain't like me and a woman. And as hard as this is, I wouldn't bring a woman. I'll let a woman be around her, but ain't no woman coming in here because I already know Satan coming with her. You know what I mean? Like, we ain't doing that. But long story short, I've been in my drink. But, Salakia. But, I was watching Mufasa with my children, and it was something spiritual about it, right? Because I never knew the baboon was like the, what's his name? His name start with an R. I never knew he was like a prophet, right? I mean, it pretty much told you the origin stories of Scar and Mufasa and whatnot. But what I got out of it, it was spiritual because as of lately, the Brotherhood is talking about how the Lord, shaking the earth through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. The scripture talk about his spirit being on all flesh. I wouldn't be able to do anything without the Lord actually giving me the spirit and through his power allow me to say anything or do anything, But this year is very much a spiritual year because there's a spiritual shaking going on throughout the world, throughout the house of Israel, throughout, just a lot going on. But, brother's been in the spirit talking about it's a spiritual shaking. And, the Lord shaking this place, which is all in the scriptures, and then, I remember hearing Richie from Boston said the Lord shaking it. And then I was just watching the movie with the Lion King, well, it's called Mufasa, and the baboon, he say, that was a very spiritual movie for real, But he was saying how, the Lord goes shake it. He said, and then pretty much when Scar and Mufasa had to battle the outcast lion, the nomads, I believe they call it nomads, lions that don't have a pride, that don't have a home. That's why, lions are dangerous because they'll pretty much try to take over another lion's home. Deep. Even Kevin Hart made a joke about that. And if that lion loses, that's what the whole job, they protectors, the male lion protects the pride from other male lions. If they lose, pretty much everything goes to the other lions or the nomad lion. It's deep. But he was talking about how the Lord gonna shake, he gonna shake the earth in the movie. And that's been the little thing going on throughout Yasharala, throughout GMS, because the Lord truly is shaking this place spiritually and physically. He's shaking this shit up. Your mundane routine of just now you gotta have your head on a swivel. Now you gotta pay attention to something beyond just like your little, your little four corner room of your little mind. You thinking that the world revolves around your ass. The Lord could touch any one of us at any time, and that's frightening. That's how much judgment is in the air. I was listening to the one brother. He was talking about, he said a statement that I said, and that's how I know that was a spirit. These people just walking around without a care in the world, not realizing that the Lord, they get, you like a smoke in his nostrils, and he's literally letting back. That's why you're seeing all these different judgments take place. But, scriptures talk about different signs that we'll know about, And Babylon is truly falling, It's divided, all these different calamities, barely can make it. And these are all the things that we're supposed to look for in the time of the end. This is the book of Acts chapter 2. Point is verse 19, and it reads, I'm going to start up. Acts 2 and verse 17. And it shall come to pass in the last days, saith the Most High, I will pour out of my spirit upon all flesh. I will pour out of my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams. Because the Lord could deal with whomever, Of course, we know he deals with the nation of Israel, but he can give the heathen, that's why you had the brothers do the video about he appeared to be an Edomite, but he was talking about he had the dream where pretty much he was hacked by the system. And you got people dreaming these things all at the same time, because that mandatory charagma is probably not very far off. It's a reason why they up under Operation Warp Speed 2.0, because they trying to rush this thing into play, and that's gonna only frustrate him because he's getting resistance. He thought it was just gonna go smooth sailing, but through the spirit, I believe he controls pretty much the House and the Senate. The shit he passed, and like that law, that HB 1484, that's gonna pass, which pretty much goes into the bounty hunting aspect of the migrants, but it's other bills basically covered up within that. It's talking about pretty much perpetual slavery for the Northern Kingdom, showing you the mindset of the devil. And on my servants and on my handmaidens I will pour out in those days of my spirit, and they shall prophesy. Verse 19, and I will show wonders in heaven above and signs in the earth beneath, blood and fire and vapor of smoke. And when you take time to think about that, all that's been going on. You got signs in the heavens with the drones and with the chariots of Israel. You got a lot going on. You got blood in the water, fire in Cali. Verse 20. The sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and notable day of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai come. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai shall be saved. Because when you go into verse chapter 4, it tells you only one name, or but not by any other name, can men be saved. What's that? Acts 4 and 12, I believe. I believe the elder said that this Passover falls on a blood moon. So I want to start off by giving all praise, all honor, and all glory to call Elohim La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachah HaKodash. Let's say double honors to the elders, to the apostles that taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and the freedom to do so, now more so than ever. I'm going to say shalom to the Akim and the Akwat out there listening and learning. Lord willingly, this was edifying, or this will be edifying. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land, and the other nations appearing like the other nations, subscribe to the truth. To you, I say shalom. It's the brother Yawasap, and I'm coming at you with another lesson through the Spirit, through the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And pretty much, I'm going to say fair use because of the fact, I don't want my video flagged, and I'm just, lining up something that's in this video with something that's written in the scriptures. I'm not profiting off of this. And, there's multiple ones that says river in Argentina turns blood red. Argentina river contamination. Looks like a stream of blood. Argentina river turns red, sparking toxic leak fears. Watches chilling footage shows major river mysteriously turned blood red, but officials insist you can drink it. They telling you anything nowadays, but you got some stupid goofy, a goofy that'll probably try to do that shit. I don't want to use that one. So, maybe I'll show that one. So, fair use, fair use.
Terrible, no hace falta ser inspector para darte cuenta de la contaminación que está sufriendo este pobre arroyo Sarandí, que es acá en la Avellaneda.
And regardless of the fact of why it turned red, it doesn't matter because it's all the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and at the end of the day, it's all scriptural. The Lord said the rivers will turn to blood. Make you think of that movie, The Mummy. It's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9. Because you'd be surprised how many people are completely clueless to what the fuck going on. Like, you got people that's not even going to be concerned about that. You got people that don't even realize, like I just read in Acts chapter 2, that that's mentioned in the scriptures. But they'll tell you that they believe in the Most High. I was listening to the one particular brother. He was so much in the spirit. He like, these people deserve to die. And they do. Like, these people going to wonder why they getting judged the way they going to get judged. But, the scriptures tell you, to fear the Most High and keep His commandments is the whole duty of man. For an Israelite man, you got so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, West Indians, and Haitians that the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua is so far removed from their thoughts. Like, they deserve what the Lord about to get. Brother was so much in the spirit. He was like, you want to stop child pedophilia. You want to, I said pedophilia. Child pedophilia. You want to stop human trafficking. You want to stop like all the wickedness that you talking about. Oh, it's so wicked here. You got to destroy this place. And what makes America even worse is because of the simple fact they'll portray themselves to be these righteous people. They'll play like they righteous, but then these motherfucking most wicked motherfucker, that's just like the dude at the job. Like, literally, this motherfucker in his mind probably thought, I don't know what the fuck he thought. Like, for real, I'm glad it happened that way because, I was thinking so much. That's what I be scared of because Satan be throwing thoughts in my mind. So I be thinking of 25,000 goofy ass things. I be like, man, so like it was like I'm asking the man, please leave me alone. But the Lord was sitting up there. He had them angels out there watching, like, yeah, his dumb man. They saying this nigga was watching me like he wanted to hit me in the back of the head and go hang me off the noose. Yeah. And that's so spiritual. I just was saying something. My sister prophesying. Satan really is throwing everything in the kitchen sink for real. I ain't gonna say fuck Satan. I remember we used to say. I remember when I was locked up, a dude sit up there say, "If I go to hell, I'm going down there and I will slap the shit out of the Satan. Tell me, give me the room with the air conditioner." You know, making jokes. Motherfuckers ain't ready for to see these motherfucking apparitions. They not ready. They talking that shit. These mighty men gonna cry like bitches. I forgot who was just saying that. My brother was just saying that. You gonna see how much it don't matter how big your muscles is, how many fights you, how many niggas you do not. You know, you about to see if you really is what you thought you was. Cause you don't know who you are till you go through something. Elder said we gonna see how real these men is. How much do you really believe what you saying? The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, you know, which we use the scriptures to be the measuring tool to measure what's going on in the world with what's written in the scriptures. Because it's so spiritual. I was listening to, he sounded like an Edomite. He appeared like an Edomite, but he could have been Jake. But I had just recently said something like a day or two before, and he mimicked, or that was the spirit. He pretty much said the same thing, but pretty much how the Most High is the ultimate prophet. Scriptures tell you in the book of Isaiah chapter 46, declaring the end from the beginning. The Most High, the first one to write, you know, he put the spirit on you for the, you know, the prophets and the apostles and, you know, for them to write the book, the holy men to write the books. All kind of stuff going on. But nonetheless, it was all inspired through the spirit, through the holy, you know, man, it's beautiful. Verse 2, then shalt thou understand that it's the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And those rivers being turned into blood, that's the Lord visiting. He's visiting in a multitude of ways, with the increase in violence, with these different signs on the earth and in the heavens, the drones, with the chariots, shit, with the plane crashes. You know, these planes are crashing, falling down from the sky. And to show you how simple people is, why would you give all your power to automated, you know, we was just talking about that. Then show you how envious these crackers are for real. Like, you think I'm a nigga, but you're trying to use my ideas and shit. You know, that's funny. You don't respect me, but you want to use something that I said. You know what I mean? Or something that I, you know, that's deep. But I ain't say anything. It was y'all about Shimmy Shai working through me that said it. And I pray he never remove his spirit away from me, because that's a terrified feeling, especially as long as, man, listen. And the thing is this, and I really felt the elder when he said it. The elder said, you can't do it. Regardless of how your lot turned out, that was how it's supposed to turn out. That's terrifying. Many are called, but few are chosen. Just because you're doing this doesn't mean you're chosen. Everybody was trying to stop what I got going on. That's how you know you gotta mush through it. I'm supposed to stop everything for this nigga. Verse 3, therefore when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, which we're seeing earthquakes and uproars. Uproars is these people standing against the government, you know. Verse 4, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all is made in the world, for like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. And we're seeing the end manifest by the different things that's going on. Manifest means to suddenly appear. Again, I told my sister, I say literally, it's on fire on the West Coast and it's snowing on the East. When have you ever seen that in your lifetime? I know I didn't see it to now. That's a part of the signs. So I'm gonna just get some scriptures on, you know, blood. You know, the account of Exodus, chapter 7, verse 17. And it says, because it was as a sign to show the people. When the Lord put the Spirit on Moses to manifest those miracles, that was for signs. Exodus chapter 7 and verse 17. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, in this thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. He said, after seeing this, you should know that I am the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Behold, I will smite with the rod that is in mine hand upon the waters which are in the river, and they shall be turned to blood. And the fish that is in the river shall die, and the river shall stink, and the Egyptian shall loathe to drink of the water of the river. But these goofy motherfuckers talking about you can still drink it. And you got some dumbass person gonna follow with what they said too. And if you that stupid, you deserve whatever the fuck gonna happen to you. Verse 19, and the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua spake unto Moses, say unto Aaron, take thy rod and stretch out thy hand upon the waters of Egypt, upon their streams, upon their rivers, and upon their ponds, and upon all their pools of water, that they may become blood, and that there may be blood throughout all the land of Egypt, both in vessels of wood and in vessels of stone. And it made me think about that scripture in Revelation talking about wormwood, because basically meaning the water is going to be contaminated. You know, that's in Argentina, but that can happen anywhere. We just had fucking snow in Florida. I've been to Florida. They was amazed. When I went, it snowed. It ain't snow heavy, but it snowed. They was like, what the fuck? They was so amazed. They look like little kids. I'm sure it's going to be like, man, like the Lord is showing. If you looking though, but it's going to get to the point where the Lord going to start showing his power to the point you ain't going to be you could be an atheist that don't believe. That's like the dumbest person in the world, by the way. Because everything that you believe in, it was taught by man, and man don't know no shit. But it's going to get to the point where even people that don't believe in the Most High is going to have to acknowledge something is going on that's beyond explanation. Verse 19, and the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem spake unto Moses, say unto Aaron, take thy rod and stretch out thy hand upon the waters of Egypt, upon their... Oh, I read that part. Shalakia. Verse 20. And Moses and Aaron did so as the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua commanded, and he lifted up the rod and smote or struck the waters that were in the river in the sight of Pharaoh and in the sight of his servants, and all the waters that were in the river were turned into blood. Shalakia, were turned to blood. You know what? And the whole time I'm reading that, I'm thinking about, it said he struck the waters. And then when he struck the rock, he was not... I heard it two different ways, but the elder said, which make more sense. The Lord is a jealous power. So if you don't acknowledge the Lord and the Lord working through you, the Lord can fuck you up. I just heard that same brother make that statement. He said, you saying all this prideful shit, and this angel's watching us. You got to think about it. He lifted up Pharaoh to show the world, there's something beyond this man. I gave him his power. When you take time to think about Nebuchadnezzar, you know, like, these things is written for examples. And the Lord even jumped on kings of Israel. You got to think about that. Our power is nothing to play with. You got to really take the time to really be like, damn. Because Moses pretty much did everything, and he didn't even receive the kingdom. Take the time to really ingest that. Not only, I posed the question to the brothers when I was in the camp. I was working at a whole nother job before the job, because I'm still at the job I'm working at. I think, yeah. No, long story short though, not only did Moses not receive the promised land, but his brother didn't either. Aaron didn't get the promised land either. And I was so fascinated by that, like, damn. He punished both Moses and, Aaron, and I wonder why. But then I asked them why, because the brothers was like, they didn't want to get into it. But, I mean, we all brothers that believe. I mean, like, we ain't turning into doctrine. But I was always, pretty much Aaron was the high priest. He takes the sins of the people onto himself. If Moses sinned, that's what I came up with. I could be completely wrong, but it was deep. That's the power you dealing with. Yahweh Shem Yahushua ain't no. But these people think he a joke. Oh my God. My sister just prophesied something, and we just talked about it yesterday. She already texted me like, yeah, I'm already in the spirit. Like, I've already developed that cold spirit. I was sleeping on.
For wall enthusiasts, this video is made for you.
Salaki. I don't even know how that happened. I swear I didn't hit that. Salaki. I was sleeping outside in the cold. I'm still trying to figure out why am I here. I mean, I was outside in a closet. It's like fucking 15 degrees, 20. I mean, like, but it was weird because that closet would be warmer than a motherfucker. I had a big ass blanket. And I had to sleeping like a vampire upside down because that's how small the fucking closet was.
An app that blocks ads.
No, I didn't hit nothing.
For apps, websites.
See that? That's Satan. Yeah, so, the Lord turned into rivers to blood is just another way of the Lord showing his power on the earth. And he, it's no new thing under the sun, so he did it then and he's going to do it again. Everything repeats itself for the most part. That's why the prophets come back in a lot. If you was a prophet before.
This person said they're tired of seeing ads
look
all
at
over
this
the
shit.
phone.
This
We'll
shit
have you try
crazy.
total ad block. Total ad block.
If you was a prophet before, you're going to come back in a lot of a prophet again. Book of Revelation chapter 16. Start at verse 1 and it reads, And I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the seven angels, Go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath of the Most High upon the earth. 7 trumps, 7 plagues. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image. Because it's a judgment, when you read, Revelation chapter 13, Revelation chapter 14, and then if you chose to partake in getting that mark, Revelation 14 and Revelation 16 tell you, pretty much, it's a judgment for that. It says, a grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image. Verse 3, And the second angel poured out his vial upon the sea, and it became as the blood of a dead man, and every living soul died in the sea. Now, we still got to wait for that mark to be implemented. But showing you how it's all spiritual, you know what I mean? And every time I see the water turn red like that, I take it like it's great judgment coming, or we close to that time, the Lord about to implement that charagma. Verse 4, And the third angel poured out his vial upon the rivers and fountains of water, and they became blood. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 11. In verse 3, Revelation 11 and verse 3, And I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,203 score days, clothed in sackcloth. And when you go into the 2 witnesses, pretty much goes into the northern and southern kingdom coming back together and prophesying the downfall of Babylon the Great, aka America, which is going on right now. I've been to other states like California and Chicago and been around brothers, and you're seeing the northern and the southern kingdom come together. I work at a job and I've met a lot of northern kingdom brothers, and I literally be trying to tell them the truth. But that's how I could actually say, working at this job, I used to wonder like why, because you had the Edomites working there. That's how I know the difference between these Edomites and these is Jake. These is northern kingdom. This Ephraim for real. But You know, they spirit is like it's like Jake. It's like Southern Canaan. It's like a Judite. They've listened to rap music, and you even listen to some of the music they listen to. They harmonizing while they rapping. I was like, that shit funny as fuck. You know, it's so funny because yesterday when the shit happened between me and the Edomite, they was up there, and the one Ephraimite, he worked there before, and they laid him off. And, they kept me, called lawyer, blah, 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 blah. And long story short, he was saying how he told his cousin not to play the Puerto Rican music at the job. He was like, he was worried about what they thinking. The Edomite, he was like, you couldn't play no music, only we got to listen to this hillbilly ass shit, right? Long story short, pretty much the Edomite gone, and they was bumping their music, and I was like, ain't that the spirit how y'all was worried about y'all music when I was playing? And I don't think he got it. It went over his head. But the point is, like, that this little thing, the Lord is comforting me with showing me, oh yeah, these devils, it's over. They lost it. DJ Trump that did that ritual, he thinking that shit's supposed to just automatically come clean. That shit ain't coming clean as we what? They fighting him tooth and nail every turn. This motherfucker divided like a motherfucker. And the scriptures talk about if a kingdom be divided, it cannot stand. Verse 4. These are the 2 olive trees and the 2 candlesticks standing before the Most High of the earth. And if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouth and devour the enemies. If any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed. Because the Lord going to be with them. That he going, the man going to have spiritual powers. You know? And I wholeheartedly believe that because I've seen shit before I came into the truth, right? So just imagine when the Lord gotta be with you. Because, man, think about it. Ain't no carnal shit gonna fight against what Esau got. Esau got a gun he can see in your house. He got a gun, a bullet could go around the fucking corner like off one. He got fucking, I saw a dude, I know it's on YouTube. The nigga was an amputee, right? He had no regular legs. They put robot legs on this motherfucker. The nigga had regular fleshly human body, but when it came down to the legs, he had robot legs. It was a drum barrel. It looked like it had something in it, or it was heavy as fuck. If you ever picked up a real drum barrel, them bitches heavy for real. Might be 150, 200 pounds. You ain't just, It ain't a plastic one, it's steel. He kicked the motherfucker. The bitch flew through another steel thing. It was a steel gate. It cracked through the steel gate. Like, I think it went through it. I think I saved it if I don't. My point being, this nigga was upgraded. But not in the good sense. Because the Lord gonna destroy them motherfucker. But, yeah, we gonna need the Lord. I got all kind of books. The Spirit had me get these books like 2 years ago. Tell me why the stuff we going into now is in this book. I could do a whole series of lessons just on the one book I got. So JK tell me they can't come up with no fucking video, man. Like, that's some weak ass shit, man. Like, literally, I hate to say it like that, but like, we all fight for our crown and we all working for our penny. But you got individuals who don't even want to do no work. Like, how the parable go about the ones that came in the latter end, but they still received the penny too? That goes into those that's coming into this truth to receive their portion of the kingdom. But they working. What about those that don't want to do nothing? And there's a couple, man, Jake, and I'm not, again, doing videos ain't gonna save you, but it's a particular spirit I think you're gonna be in. Now, I can't judge what a man doing because, again, I seen brothers, they might know all the Hebrew. Blah, 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 blah. But if it's mandated, verse 6, the point. These have power to shut heaven, because they're going to have spiritual power, that they reign not in the days of their prophecy, and have power over waters to turn them to blood, and to smite the earth with all plagues as often as they will. So the Lord was dealing with, and He's dealing with us now. Like, that represent the northern and southern kingdom, but it actually breaks down to, I believe, Elijah and or Moses and Elijah. Ultimately, and it's gonna be individuals that the Lord are gonna be strictly on, and them gonna be special individuals. You know, I told the brother one time, you know, I met some great men. I was like, man, you can feel their spirit to the point where brothers use what I said the exact way that you can feel, because I could feel their spirit. I wasn't just saying it, but whatever. I'm gonna end it with. Well, hold up. Back at Second Ezra chapter 9 and verse 6. Even so, the times also the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. So you're seeing all these different things going and taking place on the earth because the Lord is literally trying to show you that we living in the last days. Verse 7, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed. Verse 8, shall be preserved from the said perils. So those that was reserved from the foundation of the earth, and those that what, like I was just making mention of, those that's literally hopeful elect, they go, man, the scriptures talk about pretty much making your calling and your election be diligent to make your calling sure, for sure. You supposed to do work. Verse 8, shall be preserved from Salaki. 7, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith. Because based on your faith, you're going to do works. Whereby ye have believed. Verse 8, shall be preserved from the said perils and shall see my salvation in my... Shall be preserved from the said perils and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. Going back to multiple scriptures, I think Colossians, chosen from the foundation of the earth. Verse 9, then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully should dwell in torment. Think about all those that was in the truth and basically gave that up for the world. I listened to one particular brother, I'm just going to say on the West Coast. That brother be in the spirit too. He's a funny brother. But he was like, just imagine the Lord taking you out the truth. Or taking the spirit away from you. Well, if he take the spirit away from you, you don't know what the fuck. But taking you out the truth. Like the elder said, you have men that came before and then for whatever reason left. It might have been for a righteous reason, but you did continue in this thing. That's scary. And I'm not trying to speak because, like that's between them and the Lord. But at the end of the day, like the Lord ain't happy with that. Because the thing is this, my daughters was just telling me some stuff. Like literally, if the Lord created you to do something, that's what you're going to do. Point blank, period. Ain't no taking no breaks. It ain't, I'm tired. You know what I mean? I listen to Jake. Jake be up doing like me and halfway sleep, but halfway still trying to do a lesson. That's how much fear you need to have over your ass. So I get that we got to take time to watch what we said on the videos and literally care about how the videos come out. But at the same time, Jake falling asleep trying to do the video. That's how fearful you, that's how much fear you got to have on you. Then shall they be a pitiful case. Man, you done did this work. The Lord said, I never knew you. And you, at one point in time, did. Because once you really understand, like, damn, do you realize what the Lord did for us? I only can speak for myself. I realized, man, I was lost. My brother used to send me little stuff like that. I remember one time he was locked up. He sent me one of those little Bible tracts. And on there, it was like pretty much talking about you lost. But nah, I'm not lost. That nigga lost. You trying to be my fucking handler and shit. Get the fuck out of here. Fucking demon. Verse 10. For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. You know, I remember one time my father was able to feed the house. And I only can remember one time we ain't had no food like that. And my father took some old meat and made a meal out that shit. I ain't gonna say it was old. It was, like probably like, that one sack of meat. I'd still do shit that I saw my father doing to this day and didn't realize I was mimicking him. But he separated it, put it in their own separate plastic. It was like that one pack of meat that you took from, like, you know what I mean? For a rainy day that you never touch because you always got the other food. Well, he had to touch that one day, and that made the whole freezer bare after we touched that. And he got food after it, but it was just, and my father was the type, he didn't say nothing, complain about nothing. He just kept that shit within him. They were built different back then. For such as in life have received benefits and have not known me. Verse 11, and they have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was opened unto them, understood not, but despised it. Verse 12, the same must know it after death by pain. So all those that rejected this truth, all those that came into this truth and went back into the world, y'all gonna know it by death by pain. And the Lord is called the King of Terrors. So he got interesting ways to make you feel it. I am terrified of the Lord. I done seen you talking shit. You ever been talking some shit and the Lord test you? And throw the same shit you was talking about right in your fucking face? Now I do something. Like the elder always talk about, they talk about that charagma and what it is and what it's not. Well, guess what? The Lord about to throw that shit in your face for all these demons. Because that's a demon if you gonna just lie to the guy. Man, that money ain't gonna be worth shit either. That money ain't gonna be worth shit in the day when you need that money. I know somebody right now that I didn't know had money the whole time he had money, and he tried to chase that money. I said, the Lord put a spirit on this nigga. He about to die trying to protect that money, which you ain't about to get to keep anyway. Book of Jeremiah chapter 25 and verse 31, and it reads, a noise shall come even to the ears of the earth, for the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua have a controversy with the nations. Because it tells you in Psalm chapter 83 that all the nations is basically confederate against the nation of Israel. And the scriptures tell you that the Lord solely loves Israel. He deal with the other nations, but he love you. Everybody got a favorite. That's just the facts. For the Lord have a controversy with the nations. He will plead with all flesh. You go to that word plead, pretty much means to so I thought that had a highlighter. Oh yeah. It means to judge. He will judge. He will plead with all flesh. He will give them that are wicked to the sword, saith the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Verse 32, thus saith the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua of hosts, behold, evil shall go forth from nation to nation, and a great whirlwind shall be raised up from the coast of the earth. That's what I wanted, right? And the slain of the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua shall be at that day from one end of the earth even unto the other end of the earth. They shall not be lamented, neither gathered nor buried. They shall be dung upon the ground. The Lord coming to destroy this place, and all y'all that refuse to repent, hearken on to the word of the Heavenly Father, you're gonna be destroyed with it. So if you're a so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American, Seminole Indian, West Indian, or Haitian, I implore you to come back to the law, statutes, commandments of your power, whose true name in the Paleo Hebrew is Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. You will be destroyed. With that, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to call Elohim La Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua B'Shem Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the elders, to the apostles that taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to Akia across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth with faith and with sincerity as well as risking their lives and freedom to do so now more so than ever. Shalom to the Akim and Akwat out there listening and learning, Lord, willingly this is edified. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations, but who subscribe to this truth to you. Say shalom. Till next time, Lord, willingly. Shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasharallah, Mawaf, Wap,